Climate change is happening. We're feeling the impacts today. Both floods and droughts are becoming more frequent, they're less predictable, and there's a higher degree of uncertainty. So we need to take action in terms of different adaptation approaches, but also looking at how can we forecast and how can we use information for better planning and preparedness.
The issue is flood and droughts, which are becoming frequent nowadays. So this is giving us a push, rather a step forward, a leapfrog, in addressing the issues of floods and droughts.
One thing that any utility needs is information. And if we can have a support system that helps us identify and collect information and analyze that information to allow us to make correct decisions at the right time, that will be a very powerful tool that help us manage the variations of climate and therefore deal with droughts and floods as they occur.
If you like to manage water, you need to have the information. And the information should cover almost all the things, for example, like a weather, rainfall, level of water in the river and also in the city, and even a storm surge.
We need information on meteor conditions as well as social and environmental conditions.
Stakeholders would use the tools in the decision support system mainly to get the data they have in one place to easily overview and analyze it, and then to use the tool in decision making and planning to estimate impacts, drought impacts, flood impacts on specific locations in their basin, on water utilities, to make plans. It could be plans for operating reservoirs, it could be investment plans for building new infrastructure in the basin, always taking into consideration uncertainties in the climate information.
The training is about tools that can help us plan so that we can be able to predict floods and droughts.
For example, if we know that during drought situations it will affect our water quality, we can implement certain upstream measures that would reduce the amount of pollution that would be brought into our raw waters.
For the basin like the Nile, it gives a common ground for all type of planning and management of the basin.
Once you got the updated information, that means it assists you for decision making.
We have several agencies related to water management, not only the data collectors but also the regulators. Today the drought and flood problem is a cross-agency problem. So these two will help us not only to bring together the data but also bring together the stakeholders.
The decision support system tool is important because it will help and improve for the preparedness.
C'est un outil que nous allons pouvoir utiliser pour faire des projections dans la planification des ressources en eau, et ça va beaucoup nous aider.
ที่ช่วยสนับสนุนในการตัดสินใจนะครับซึ่งมีทั้งการคาดการณ์ระยะยาวนะครับ1 เดือน 3 เดือนล่วงหน้านะซึ่งเป็นสิ่งที่ดีที่เราจะได้นำมาใช้ในการวางมาตรการรับมือกับภัยแล้งหรือน้ำท่วมที่จะเกิดขึ้นในอนาคตได้ครับขอบคุณมากครับ
Can help the decision makers to make the right decisions affecting a lot of people.